Anyhow, the members of the Healy Center and I will be co-hosting this event. We'll all be the MCs tonight. And we're reminded that one idea can change everything. That one idea from the mind of our presenters can change how we do things, how we see things, what we do, and how we buy. We have 6 presenters tonight, and you will see that most of them are, in fact, real businesses or ideas that could lead to real businesses. Some are getting started, while others have been in business for a few years. I will now turn it over to Ryan Maddock. He's our right hand for hosting this competition. He's been organizing everything. He's been in contact with all of our entrepreneurs in both the student division and the adult division. We've been listening to all of the presentations that he's managed to schedule and coordinate for us. So give a warm welcome to Ryan Maddock.
So before we get started tonight, I want to thank all the team that's made this possible. And first up, we have my dad, which was a co-founder of the SoCo competition, Kurt Maddock, and he's somebody that has that's been making things happen in this community. The rest of the team is myself and the Healy Fellows. We're all students at CSU Pueblo, and we all have a really strong love for Pueblo, a lot of energy, and we have a lot of skilled people on our team. So the Healy Fellows we have tonight, we have Dante Bartolo, we have Nicole Buttram, Meredith Moose, Zach McGuire, myself, Brooklyn McKelly, Lorenzo Buddy Trujillo, Louis Vargas, Hannah Erickson, Gavin Graham, and Cameron Steakley. I also want to introduce my brother, Mark Maddock. He's going to be our negotiation coach tonight, and he's a representative on behalf of the Southern Colorado Innovation League.
Bring it on. Let's go.
This is like 2 different game shows in one. It's like Shark Tank on one side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one against the mob, right? So a couple of housekeeping announcements. First, there are restrooms in 3 locations in this building. One is over here to this side. I'm told there's 15.
There's one downstairs, and then there's a ton behind us. So there's like 15 minutes that went into the hall.
So if you see a line, don't feel like you have to stay in it.
You don't have to.
Okay. Oh, there's a 50-50 raffle. So make sure that you buy tickets and vote for your favorite presenter. How this 50-50 works is once the presentations are complete, we do a quick count of the tickets that are in those jars that you see out there on the table on your way in. The individual that has the most tickets in their jar wins half of the pot. Then we do a drawing for an audience member, and that audience member receives the other half of the pot. So we don't keep anything, it all goes back to you. So buy a lot of tickets and vote early and often. So it's now time to move on to the competition part of the evening. Let the games begin. So let's meet tonight's sharks. To my left, closest to the audience, Jamie Baker Orr. To Jamie's right, Josh Allison. To Josh's right, the effervescent Matt Smith. To Matt's right, John Bolt, JB. JB, what is that sound?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Plus a couple. And then to John's right, wonderful Crystal Pharisee partner on many things that we do at the Healy Center. Last and certainly not least, the person who keeps everything legal for us, Chris Turner. It's highlighted in red and I can't read it, I'm too bold. Can you read it? Yes. Our first season show, we already introduced. So to introduce our first contestant will be our Healy Fellow, Dante Bartolo.
For our first business tonight is for Fernando Herrera with a comfortable, durable new sock design for athletes around the world. Fernando, if you can come up, please.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks to be here. My name is Fernando Herrera. I'm a Mexican student athlete for CSUP. This is my third year at college, so I'm a junior right now. And I'm majoring in business management with an emphasis in information technology and a minor in data analytics. I have been doing sports since I'm 4 years old. So I've been in the game quite a few years by now. And I've been developing this project and this idea that hopefully you'll like. It has been a lot of hard work. My fellow teammates know what the journey has been, and hopefully you'll like it. We'll start with the problem, right? Athletes of all kinds, at every level, could be college players, amateur players, passionate hobbyists, or even professional athletes, and end up having sore feet or blisters as a result of the demand of the sport or activity. This happens because of the friction created between your foot and the cleat or the shoe when you're doing change or abrupt change of direction, right? So the blisters are present, and as an athlete, you're always expected to perform, no matter the conditions. I have played soccer in 3 different countries, so I have listened to the demands of the players and of the people that are closest to being a professional athlete. That's why I present you Fury Socks, the ultimate athletic grip socks for every kind of player in every sport. The grip socks that I'm presenting you have a unique, specific pattern in the grip that follows the silhouette of the sole and carries the body weight. These grips are ergonomically placed on that specific location in the heels and on the toes to avoid the friction between the cleat and the shoe, right? And here we can see a couple of examples of the placement of my grip. And Uruguayan professional player, Fernando Herrera, he currently plays for Santos Laguna in Mexican League. And he's going to the World Cup in Qatar next November. He's one of our brand ambassadors, which gladly uses the brand and shares with the fellow teammates. Now, this is the part when it gets interesting, right? The market. Soccer is basically the most popular sport in the world. And it's something that it's intended for everyone. The sock comes in one size that ranges from US men's size 6 all the way to 14, and it adapts all feet. So it doesn't come in small, medium, or large. It's specifically designed to adapt all feet, ranging from US men's size 6 to 14. It has been proven in soccer players, in MMA fighters, in football players from CSUP, lacrosse players from CSUP, and I currently have sold 200 pairs between Mexico and the USA. That is my primary market. My competitive advantage in my market precisely is that I want to expand the socks to all the sports, right? True Socks is my biggest competitive. They are located in England. They provide socks for football or soccer players. But I aim to expand the market to athletes of all kinds, basketball players, football players, lacrosse players, and soccer players in the highest level, right? As I said, the grip aims to follow the silhouette of the sole, which carries the body weight. So it's not a coincidence that players begin feeling more comfortable with the socks, which ultimately enhances competition and your performance, right? Plus, everyone wants to look good, right? So a good visual representation of competition has to be present. I feel that the specific design makes a player feel empowered, that at the end of the day, that's what you want when you compete. You go all or nothing. That's why our slogan as of today is you either do it or you don't. Now the business model. To make a purchase, you have to go directly to our website at www.furysocks.pro. You go, you purchase your sock, and it's shipped directly to your house in 3 to 5 business days in the US and in Mexico. I also aim to sell the sock to like whole teams. You can order, like make team orders. And our final goal is to partner with a bigger retail company that can have the license to sell our product all over the US, all over Mexico, and ultimately all over the world. That's why with these socks, I'm asking today for $10,000, which, as you sharks have in the paper I just gave you, will have a return of 11% each 2 months until the loan is paid back in completion, plus 22% of 10,000 at the end of 14 months. This money will go directly to the business plan that I have developed since 1 year ago when the idea started. We'll go to the marketing plan, Google Analytics, Facebook, Instagram. Having athletes represented in the World Cup, that's going to be the ultimate challenge or the ultimate goal. Needs a lot of these things in the background. So that's all I got for you. Thank you. Feel free to ask me questions.
Hello? Hey, first and foremost, great job. I love the logo. I love the branding. You did a really good job here. Some things how much are they? How much are you paying for them to manufacture? Where are they manufactured? How much are they buying them for? Can you give us more details on the financial side of it?
Yeah, I have partnership with 2 manufacturers. One is in Seoul, South Korea. The other one is in Beijing, China. The socks are developed for $859 plus the shipping here. No, sorry, including the shipping. And I sell the socks right now at $29, including shipping.
How long does it last when you put it in the washer and dryer? How long does this stay?
So let's say a messy college student that doesn't wash his socks for like a week or so, and it's competing 2 games a week, training every day, using them on a almost daily basis, lasts for 5 to 6 months. But of course, if you provide like a good, washing and you actually take care of them, it lasts longer.
So who actually owns the name? Do you own the name or?
Yeah, I own Fury Socks, and the padding is pending on the grip. It's pending, yeah. It's pending, it's pending.
Different colors or anything, or is it always gonna be black? Because sometimes different genders, I mean, people want like different colors and stuff. Is it always gonna be black or?
No. As of today, I just have black and white, but the goal is to have 9 different colors.
How big is True Socks?
Big in Europe, between soccer players. Yes.
Where you sell this just on your website?
Website and in the school.
So if I wear these and I wear cleats, does it make a difference as far as like, let's say other sports besides football or soccer, like lacrosse or something like that, if I was wearing cleats, is it gonna make a difference? Will these help? What have you found?
Yeah, the difference with the grip is that when you're doing these sports that you need the change of direction, right? So like this, that. The grip is located specifically on the heel and on the toes when you slip the most. So the grip makes you feel like you're locked in the shoe or in the cleat.
What's going on here?
Well,
The grip at the bottom, this is area
that's just a cool design. It aims to like follow. They're supposed to be like wings, wings. The F in the middle, Fury Socks.
You were saying if this is more of a universal size.
14.
Have you tried it out on anything with 14?
Yeah. Yeah, a basketball player besides that seems okay. He was 14 and they all right. Yeah, actually, I have most of the players at CSUP in the soccer team and the football team use the socks, so they're basically here. You can ask one of them. What do you say, guys?
Does it change the way the cleats fit? Or does it slide in or?
No, it doesn't change the way it fits.
It works. And so you say your student athletes here wear them, they approve of them.
Yes, sir.
Have you sent like samples to other schools to ask your colleagues to wear them? And see if they-
Well, I send them to professional players. I made 4 samples before this one, that is the last one. I got players in Phoenix Rising in the USL level, that's the 2nd division here in the US. I sent them 2 samples, they wear it for 2 months, they gave me feedback, I correct them. I sent them again, 2 months, they gave me feedback, I correct them.
What was the feedback? What you get?
So the placement of the grip, the materials, these is like the most complete materials in the market as of today. So it's nylon and spandex with a mesh at the top of the sole.
Is there any way to get the cost down from 29?
Well, the cost can go down, but then you have to pay the shipping. That is also mainly $10 from Colorado all the way to the US. So you'll end up paying the same.
So have you ever tried the socks from the trampoline place?
No, not really.
No, I mean, they're what, like $53 there?
They're what?
I mean, they're like $1.50.
Okay.
I mean, it's similar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any bounce house you go to, trampoline park, they have these socks. That just kind of asking to try some socks to see if they work.
I mean, to play.
Yeah.
I've never tried it to play, but when I go to the trampoline, they are almost falling over when I jump over there.
So there's some area that, so I play hockey, the socks that I wear, they're $29. They don't have the grip on the bottom, no, it's compressor, but as much work, it's see the trampoline socks would rotate or you would, that obviously. When you pull in there, you can tell they're a nice pair of socks in the grip. I don't know if you watched Shark Cake recently, but how company was on there.
where where the compression was underfoot. But they also did not have the grip on the bottom, so I can see that being a huge benefit. I'm definitely interested in it because of some of the Cubans buying socks and selling people, and you've already got a pretty good base out there where you can expand to colleges, you've got professional players wearing them. Just a little bit. My biggest concern is, like I said, I bought some at $29.99. That's from a company that that's what they do is they're known for socks. They've been doing it for decades. My biggest concern is for college students paying $30 for a pair of socks. Which I get you buying them once every 6 months, so it's not the end of the world, but $30 is $30.
Well, of course, there's going to be a discount for college students. That's going to be the price for the general public. Professional athletes, for instance, this guy bought me 15 pairs for 30. So the market is going a little bit over there. As for college students, we are going to have a discount for sure.
I was at the trampoline park today, and these socks are way better than the trampoline parks. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. So these will make us jump higher and run faster. That's what I'm hearing right now. Cycle thinking. That's worth $30 right there. All right, let's talk about finances for a second. So you're looking for $10,000 for 11% of the company and 22% interest on the $11,000. Is that what I'm understanding?
No.
Okay, give it to me, Craig. Tell me what let's talk numbers.
So I want a $10,000 loan. I'm going to pay back that loan at the rate of 11% each 2 months, right? So at that pace, I'm going to end up paying you back in 10 to 13 months, right? And after that, I'm going to still pay you the next 4 months. That's going to end up, you're going to end back with $12,200 for an initial investment of $10,000.
And so is there anything that you would do to give up equity in the company where who knows what's the put the $10,000 but have some ownership? Or are you just looking for?
Yeah, he wants to give that to me.
Let me talk with my guy for a second.
Yeah. Well,
Any other questions, offers, interest before we talk?
I honestly, so my favorite hockey, right? I also spend $65 for a pair of socks. So I see a lot of potential with this, taking it to a different.
will that make him a better hunter?
Absolutely.
It'll make the feet feel better. I can't. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions on that side, but I think obviously if there's people throwing money into it, there's going to be an equity stick that's going to probably be asked next. We really don't need him in this volume. We could just talk to each other here. You don't need that guy.
So what are you gonna do with the 10,000? So if we lend you or we do a deal with the equity portion, what are you gonna do with the 10,000?
Right. So it's actually on your paper on the part that said fixed cost for manufacturing 1,000 pairs. So the next step for Free Socks is that right now I want to develop at least 1,000 pairs. So I'm going to manufacture the 1,000 pairs. Package number 1, that's the one you have in there. But then after that, instead of being plastic bags, I want to make a package number 2 because I don't really like using the plastic bags. The bags I'm going to use instead of that are silicone material, so they're reusable. Then the freight from Asia to here. The website that I currently have, like it's on development, and I need the money to finish it. And marketing wise, maybe getting some sports influencers, Google Analytics, Facebook, Instagram. I invested $800 for the first samples, and then I invested like 1,000 for the 200 pairs, and I got a return of 3,700 in October, November, and December.
So when you change the packaging, is that gonna increase our cost?
Well, it's just, no, it's not increasing the cost. It's just adding an extra layer of package. You know what I mean?
So I have a question. You invested $1,000 for 200 pairs.
That's correct.
So that's $5 a pair.
Yes, because it was samples. And the factory makes you do the samples for a little cheaper because we have an agreement that I'm gonna buy in bulk.
Well, that's substantially cheaper. That's a big chunk. So I'm just a little concerned that you're saying it's $30 a pair, but you're getting it for $5. What is the lowest that you can get these socks for if we were to invest?
It depends on the quantity. As I say, that was an agreement between the company 3 and me. As I say, like, all right, if you make me 200, that are gonna be samples, because this factory makes 12 million pairs a year, right? So they were pushing me that I wasn't able to make such a low quantity. The first thing was to buy 100, but I didn't have the money to do so. So I told them like, all right, let me buy 200 right now. And we signed a little like non-disclosure agreement in which I promised that after those first sample at that price, I'm gonna buy in bulk. This with the Korean manufacturer.
Did you say you had 2 manufacturers?
Yes, 2. The one is in Beijing, China.
Do they just charge you flat rate, or do they make a percentage of everything you sell on top of what you buy for as well?
They just charge me the flat rate of their manufacturing and the packages and everything, plus the freight, so like the shipping over here.
So let's go back to the numbers that Jamie was asking. So $10,000, you're looking for a website and you're looking for marketing and you're looking for more socks. Is that what I'm getting out of that? And how is that broken down? Because you're in a marketing building and we do websites and marketing here. Just saying, what are you trying to do with that money?
With the 10,000,
Yeah, how are you gonna break that down? Do you know how much what you can spend 10,000 on a website? You can spend 10,000 on marketing real quick. What are you trying to do with that?
so if we want to purchase, say, 1,000 pairs, right? That's the minimum. That's the minimum for us to get a fair price, right? The prices I'm talking about. In the case we get lower than that, the prices go up. In the case of the Chinese factory, so I want 2,300 for 1,000 pairs. With the Korean manufacturer, 3,000 for package number 1, 1,500 for package number 2, 600 for the freight to the US, 700 for the website, 2,000 for the marketing as an estimate, and then there's 2,600 in variable cost as an estimate, and that makes up the 10,000.
I'll make it. So,
Mike.
Mike.
So when I look at everything you're looking to buy, the only thing I'm concerned about is the rest of the stuff is fancy. Matt and those guys can take care of the advertising. You need it. So if you're trying to get 1,000 pairs at $230 a pair right now for $2,300, I'll give you the $2,300. You need to just get these on the street and see how people respond to it. So my risk is minimal. I'll help you get the 1,000 pairs for $2,300 or actually it's 2.3 times 1,000 actually. I'll give you the 2,300, but it's contingent on Matt or someone who understands the marketing side, because you're going to need massive help getting the marketing side. So I know you're not big on equity, so I'll go low. I will come in, I'll do the 2,300 at 10%. And I'll be quiet, I'll sit back, my law firm will help you, we'll get you where you need to go, but it's not a big risk to me because I was at Shields today, I saw all kinds of fancy socks with my kids and they were like $12. I thought, my goodness, $12 for socks. But these have different value. So if you're trying to just get inventory today and get people trying these, I'll help you do it for a small amount but you're gonna need someone else on this panel who understands the marketing side or the sales side. So I just want to throw that out there. I like the product. I think it's great. Get some other colors, get other sports involved. It's a cool product, but there are competitors out there that make this. So I'm going to kind of put my money on you if you'll be able to make this work.
Thank you.
Fernando, I think, so fantastic job, number one. And I think what Chris was saying, so I'm a banker, so I'll help you with that part. And I think the $2,300 that he would invest at 10% based on the figures that you've given us, that's a heck of a lot better than what you've got down here, right? Because I think one of the things that I would caution you on is be cautious of the type of loans that you take, right? And so that's really important. The number, if he gives you $2,300 in cash, what can you turn that into? You have Matt's help, someone else's help for marketing. I think that that's huge, but then you're not spending so much money on interest. And the other question I had, so you've got South Korea and I think you said China are the two manufacturers. And so this particular pattern, are those the only two manufacturers that you've been able to find? No one in the United States that might be able to help with shipping costs? I just think, is this a, you said it's patent pending. So are you sending the actual, it has to be this type of grip that goes to this particular manufacturer, and those are the only two places that you've been able to find? Or do you think there's opportunity to have someone that we could connect you with that can help you find somebody maybe within the United States that could really cut down your shipping costs? And then you'd have a lot more, also, I mean, even if you had to ship them to Mexico, right? Rather than going from China to the United States to Mexico. Just a question.
Well, the second part of that, my parents live in Mexico. So I shipped them the stuff from here, and then they ship from Mexico because it's more expensive to ship from like country to country. So I ship here in the US. My mom ships in Mexico every day, before 2, after 2. The order goes to the next business day. And regarding the manufacturers, I haven't looked at any in the US just because labor is cheaper in those countries, in those factories. So it is cheaper for me to manufacture those socks in those places. But I'm open to finding somebody in here that can help me manufacture inside the US.
So who manufactures the True Socks? Do you know?
Manufacture the True Socks. I know their headquarters are in England, but I don't know where they are made.
Okay, and how much do those sell for?
45 euros.
Okay.
Plus shipping.
Yeah, so I'm still interested in the acquisition. What would you offer? The total what you're asking for and then some.
Sorry?
What would you offer as far as equity? If I was to give you $10,000 and say I want 5% of the company, right? Or I want to make $1.50 and then the stock and sell it now. For the remainder of this business.
Okay, let me have a small chat.
No time. Nobody cares about time right now. This is we're trying to make this happen. No problems, just situations. We're fine.
It's your house, it's our event. So I'm sorry, Matt, we have other competitors that are eager to get to venture capital. So,
Okay.
So here's what I want to do. I want to go down the line and I want your best offer, whether you're in or out. Jamie, Baker, or.
Josh and I will go in for a $5,000 loan for 20% equity. So we'll loan you the first 5,000. Then when you pay that off, we'll loan you another 5,000. And then we'll go from there and see what else that you might need.
Okay, Josh and Jamie are offering 5,000 for 20% equity. Matt Smith, your best offer.
Yeah, so Chris and I can't even see it, we're talking. So I'm gonna throw this out there, but I do marketing, so you don't have to worry about that price. I do manufacturing. I have made mattresses throughout the United States. I have mattress manufacturers. We have a manufacturer that makes the covers that can make socks in Kansas and North Carolina. So I can help you with all of that to make it here in the United States and bring your costs down as well. So I'm going to throw out an offer, and I think Chris can be in there because there's a lot of legal stuff that I don't know about the trademark and the patent, two different things, making sure that you're protected on both sides of that. $10,000, 50% of your company, and you've got the team that is going to take you to the roof. You know, we're going to take you as far as you can, fast as you can ever go. We want 50%. That's my offer, and if Chris wants to do it or not, I'm still in.
Are you in that?
Chris,
That goes in there.
50, I'm just saying, you've got the legal counsel and you've got the partnerships to take you to the roof. So 50% of $1 billion is a lot more than 20% of like this 100,000 over here. Just
Okay. Just a quick summary. So that's 10,000 plus a ton of expertise for half of your company.
Or for 20% of your company, we can just hire them. And they might do 100,000, we might do $1 billion. I mean, it's up to you. Take them.
Okay. John Volk, do you have an offer? John Volk, do you have an offer?
Yeah, so I would, I'll do the 10,000 for 20%.
10,000 for 20%.
I know a lot of attorneys and I know a lot of manufacturers as well.
Okay, 10,000 for 20%. And Crystal Pharisee, are you in or out?
I think those are some pretty good offers, so I'm out.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna turn, you guys get about a minute. Negotiation coach ready to present my candidate. Theme music. Okay, that's fine.
Where's the bomb?
Right. I want to do a counter offer to John. So instead of 10%, 50% of the company.
So instead of 20%, 15%?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 10%. Can you restate the whole offer, the whole counter offer? Cash and percentage.
Okay, 10,000 equity for 50%. 10,000 equity for 50%.
For 15%.
15.
15.
Can you do that forever? 15%.
I do get that. We're going to the World Cup.
I'm the only counter here.
Smart man.
Well, Well, I can cover you, but 50% is a lot. I can feel 50% is the most I'm able to like throw right now forever, you know, as he said.
So 15% is the most you go.
Yes.
Even if you have a partner that can level you up and take you to the level 10x your sales.
Yes.
Same number. Okay. All right, you take it. You want to take it? They're moving you on.
Yeah, Bill. Congratulations, Fernando, on the deal. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's give him one more round of applause. The CSU Pueblo Healy Center gets by with a lot of help from their friends. Many resources are needed to hold this event, and it would not be possible without the generous support of local organizations who are passionate about entrepreneurship. As we transition between competitors, we will recognize sponsors who have donated $500 or more in cash or services. Our first sponsor recognized in this event is Colorado Housing and Finance Authority. CHAFA's mission is to work together throughout Colorado to increase the availability of affordable, decent, and accessible housing for lower-income Coloradans, and also to strengthen the state's economy by providing financial assistance to businesses. CHAFA has invested more than $25 billion in Colorado's economy, helping educate and support Colorado businesses and households. We're profoundly grateful for the support and participation of such a deeply impactful organization who shares the vision for a better Colorado for all. We would like to thank CHAFA for being with us in strengthening Colorado and encouraging future leaders and entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams and open new doors of opportunity in the future. May we all prosper together. Thank you, CHAFA.
Our second business comes from a local Pueblo favorite. Entering his hunting product, we have Lane Maxwell.
Well, it's already done.
Good evening, panel. Good evening, audience. I am Lane Maxwell, CEO of the A. Maxwell Corporation, and I am proud to present our invention, Hunting Camp. Hunting Camp is for hunters. So, if you're a hunter in the crowd, listen up, because I'm going to hold a test on this while I'm done. If you're a PETA person in the crowd, this would be a very good time to. Okay, here we go. Ask any hunter how he would like to be in a stand some 12 feet off the ground with a 360-degree field of view on a swivel seat and be virtually undetectable by his game. What's he going to say? How am I going to get this monster out into the field? I'll tell you what, my thumb is trained for the Comcast remote. And I'm having a heck of a go. The answer being in a cart that can be pulled by an ATV or wheeled into position by hand. A cart that comes apart. Wrong one. Come on. How does it work for him and it doesn't work for you?
There you go.
Oh, that's backwards. There we go. Now I need to go back. Electronic things don't like me.
Is that a video?
No, gotta back up.
Is it a video?
At this point, there's supposed to be a video that shows where the pieces of the cart.
Probably over there, but. Okay, so the video is not quite.
It worked in practice.
Video?
All right. At this point, there's supposed to be a video that shows where each piece of the part, as you disassemble it, goes into building the deer stand. And true to its own name, you can camp right where you're going to hunt. It can be assembled within 2 hours by one person. It's designed this way for the casual hunter so that he can hunt antelope from the prairie on one weekend and deer in the hills the next weekend. Also, the lower part becomes a duck blind in the winter, in the duck season, and in the winter time, the tower portion becomes a nice fishing hut. Not to be stored the rest of the year, it can be used as a lawn cart or an ATV port. This gets the ATV and the stand out of the garage and lets you bring your work car back in and park it next to your wife's Porsche. Or it can be a backyard gazebo. Think of it. Warm summer afternoon, you and your wife are enjoying a mint julep while watching your teenager mow the lawn. Okay, so we'll go to the competition. Competition is several categories, beginning with tree stands, anywhere from $85 to $300. By the very nature, you have to have a tree, and it restricts your visibility. Also, where's the cart? I can tell you a story about a tree stand. When I climbed, my buddy and I climbed trees, we were about a stone's throw apart. And a deer came, not running, just kind of came between us. And I almost fell out of the tree trying to get a shot at him. My buddy was completely oblivious to the whole thing. And then the deer disappeared. Poof! Deer can do that. They just disappear. And that's what happened to me. Anyway, another category is the do-it-yourself. Usually that's a box that's built on stilts. And guess what? You need to own the land in order to build it. The next category can't even be categorized. Ours falls into the realm of commercial units, which goes anywhere from a precarious perch to, that's kind of distorted, but that's a cozy little cottage that is only about half as high off the ground as ours, is certainly not near as portable, and costs nearly $5,000. Okay, here we are. We have a very useful item. It's built sturdy steel. It can be built by local manufacturers. It can be done right here in Pueblo. And the parts that are needed are almost all available right here. So we can proudly say we're made in America. What we need to go ahead is we need to get into production. Right now, everything is prototypes. So we need to get into production. And once we have that, we need to go get into marketing big time. For that, we hope to get the attention of one or two friendly sharks. Either won't go or go, that are very aware of the business potential here and this as a market. What we were asking for is a $50,000 investment, and our business plan and projections show positive cash flow in the first year. We are looking for the $50,000 investment, and we're offering 20% interest in the company. Are there any questions?
Are you already interested?
Or shall I retreat to my deer stand?
So do you have a better picture of the actual stand that you built? I mean, I see tarps and with some bungee cords hanging there and what you had going on. You have a better picture of it. Are you gonna hold that thing up?
My hearing aids are in my pocket. I'm sorry, I think.
So, okay, do you have a better picture of the actual stand itself? And why I'm asking is I see like you got some tarps holding together, some bungee straps, and I mean, you got a lot going on there. I'll have a lot of questions. I need to see how that's structured, but I don't know how you're. So what are you anchoring that down? You have stakes at the bottom?
That's the lower portion. This is the tower portion that goes on top of it. And
so one of my questions is how do you anchor that stand down when it's fully erect?
That stand weighs 181 pounds. And it's been standing in my backyard in some of the serious winds that we've had.
With tarps on it like that? With tarps on it the whole time?
Probably not, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna question that, but yeah, no, I'm curious.
Yeah.
And then like for weight limit, have you tested it for actual weight limit?
Originally, I planned on guy wires from here down in each corner. And once I had it up, I realized I didn't need that. How much does it cost to make one or sell one? Okay, what I have is 4 prototypes that I built before inflation. They were about $1,200 a piece. We're figuring right now that the cost would be $1,500 a piece, and our introductory price would be about $3,000.
So on the actual game part itself, did you make that as well, or did you just buy one of the game part that's already available to purchase?
You're talking about
your tow part, yeah, the actual one with the wheels. Yeah, did you make that or just buy them?
Yeah, I made that from scratch.
Because they do sell them similar to that. Doesn't have the tree stand on it, but they do sell the part.
Not a tree stand. It is not a tree stand.
It's a hunting
The
stand.
newspaper said tree stand.
Hunting stand.
Hunting stand.
Gotcha.
A freestanding stand.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, okay, yeah, the slide of the business, let me show you that. These are the legs here. This and this fold down into the one that's at the base. To flatten out and make a 4x4 steel platform. Okay, and the anchor in place. The tower and the canopy are in these two that are here. This is the seat. Pretty much those are the big parts.
I'll just say, I don't know the first thing about this whatsoever. This is beyond my scope of expertise. So, and I recognize you from prior years, so it's good to see you back. I'm not, this is not for me whatsoever. Okay?
First and foremost, I'm with Chris. I recognize you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the inventorship, the entrepreneurship, who you are. It takes a lot to be here. So great job just being here and continuing to evolve and invent. I appreciate that side of you. As far as the invention goes, do you have any sales? This is all prototype right now? Is there, the competitors that you showed, what does that cost? The guy that was building and standing on there, what does that cost? Who's your competitor? I don't hunt, so I don't have any idea about this industry. This is your hunter? He hunts a little bit too, I think.
There's, all the research I've done, there's nothing that can be converted like this. You either buy a stand or a cart or a tent or whatever. So you're able with one unit to get your gear in, your game out, build your stand, do your hunting, and get your game and load it up in the cart and take it back out again. So it's a full cycle type of thing, and it can be done by one person. That was important in the design criteria.
One person with some really good new socks, I think would be perfect for this. That's all I'm saying. Just saying, hunting socks, hunting gear, let's go. I'm in the same boat with Chris. I have no help with this. I know we have a big hunter on the panel, so leave it to JB.
Thank you. Great presentation. I appreciated all of your funny little, I've lost the words, but I love your presentation. That kept us entertained the whole time. I don't hunt as well, so I think leaving it to an expert is probably the best thing to do.
You know, you don't have to hunt to spend your money. I didn't realize the game.
He has a pool, and this could be a diving board for him, right? Couldn't this be a diving board in his backyard? We were gonna do like 10 gazebos instead. I like it. Yeah, I'm also in the same position. I love what you're doing. I love your passion. You're a special human, and keep going. Keep doing what you do best, but I don't hunt, so in this position, I gotta be out.
Of course, you realize that marketing is going to be a very big piece of this.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. All right, I'll offer you $3,000 in free marketing to take this off the list and see what happens. And I want 20% to help you with the marketing side of it.
$3,000 will buy 2 stands.
I don't need the stands. I'll market your stands to the world and try to sell them for you.
That's what I'm saying, though. If I build 2 stands and you sell those 2 stands, then I can build 4 stands. But you're going to take 20% of it. So now I can only build 3.5 stands.
Correct. It's a great deal.
I don't think that's going to work for me.
Well, you keep thinking about that, but we can help you. You got an offer. I just gave it to you. I'm going to give it back to the hunter now.
Okay, so I did, along with what everyone else said, it's a great idea. And I think you have a lot to work with here, but you have a lot that you need to do with it, as far as just from a selling standpoint, to get somebody to buy into it. And number one reason is being a hunter. I travel all over the world. I've hunted pretty much every stand that's available on the market. Right, and one of my biggest concern is, the animals are very leery, and they're very smart. And when you have that thing, just throw it up anywhere, you got tarps, blowing around or whatever, the animal is not going to just hang around there. You know the way it works, right? So it has to be some kind of stable structure where, normally when hunters hunt in stands, they put the stand out for several days or weeks in advance, so the animals get used to it, right? one of the things I see that I'm concerned about is the tarps and stuff, flat on the ground. And then another thing is the stability of it, right? And I know that you said you're gonna have some guide wires and things like that. I mean, one of the biggest areas that hunters get severely, injured is in hunting stands. Because they fall out of them, they have harnesses and everything else. I mean, clearly you've hunted in a hunting stand, right? So
Yes.
you're very familiar with them. So, being up that high in the air, the elevation of it and everything else, not knowing your weight support and how that thing's anchored. There's a lot of areas of concern there that I think you would need to definitely get worked out where, you showed some videos and stuff of it actually in use of hunters actually, even yourself and your friends, actually, harvesting an animal, using it, that's a big selling point as well, because then you see it in action, that work. But, the weight of it, the mobility of it, I think you're definitely onto something. I think it's just gonna take some more time and just kind of, fine tune some things in your presentation. And, have a video, like I said, you need to know your weight limits. You need to know the wind capacity, how much wind can that thing hold before it starts, parachuting or wanting to tip, with that amount of force with those tarps on it, that's a solid surface. So you get a 60-mile-an-hour wind, you're gonna go for a ride like that. I personally, it's happened to me before in other ones, I'm not nitpicking, I'm just saying the things that I would look for you to work on, right?
You realize, of course, okay, I had planned on 3 different versions of the stand, 3 different versions. The first would not have the tarps. It would be the basic. And then we would go to and probably would not even have the seat. Lots of hunters sit on a bucket, So there would be the bare essentials one. Then there would be one with the tarps, only these tarps and the canopy. The canopy would be part of it.
So, 1 minute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, I'm out on this go round, but you know what? Great. Yeah, no, you're working towards something, I'm not very interested in it, but.
And you mentioned safety rails. There are adjustable safety rails. One at that height, one at that height. So, anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lane, for coming out tonight. Let's give him one more round of applause. The event organizers wish to express their sincerest gratitude to Chris Turner with Turner Zamarino Attorneys Law, LLC, in Pueblo, Colorado, for being a gracious sponsor of this entrepreneurship competition. Thank you for believing in small business, inspiring the next generation of Southern Colorado entrepreneurs. The continued support of Matt Smith at Snooze Mattress and Wake Up Pueblo is gratefully acknowledged. Thank you for supporting this competition and your commitment to developing tomorrow's leaders who will ensure a strong future for Southern Colorado. Also, let's give a round of applause to Matt for hosting this competition tonight. The Small Business Development Center, located in downtown Pueblo, in partnership with Pueblo Community College, has been a valuable resource for entrepreneurs seeking information and help in launching their businesses. In addition to providing a $500 scholarship for our student division competition, Pueblo Community College plays a powerful role in the Pueblo community, providing education and worker training to programs throughout our region. Please visit Brian, Karma, and Paula at the SBDC to help accelerate the growth of your business, as well as Kurt Maddock, who's in the audience tonight, who is an SBDC certified consultant and also co-founder of this entrepreneurship competition. Kurt, thank you for your continued support and helping be a role model for the young people here tonight. And thank you to PCC and everyone at SBDC for their continued support of this entrepreneurship competition. All right, our third presenter is Dalton Badula with an innovative fashion line called Law. So let's give him a round of applause.
Wow, okay, I am back here again. I have been here since high school. I love the Southern Colorado Entrepreneurship Contest, and I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, so I started an outerwear company, Law. And so let's kind of break down what's going on with the outerwear industry right now. Now, most modern jackets are expensive. That in itself is okay, but with the other problems such as consumers, they need more than one jacket to match your outfit. So it adds up if you're buying each individual outfit to match different colors, or you see people buying these bland monochromatic jackets, black or gray, or these different colors that match every outfit, but they don't get to add interest and create their outfit as well as, you know, fully cultivated jackets. So what if there was one jacket that you could transition to match different outfits and different shoes and the wardrobe that you have? And, you know, the use of several different jackets in a different wardrobe creates unsustainability. You know, creating more means more waste. So, you know, again, leading to this one jacket for every idea. So that's why I came up with this idea with Velcro patches, an ecosystem of Velcro patches you can take on and off to transition the way that the jacket looks, just with a simple tear down. And you can have several different patches to match your individual outfits. And we also have accessories such as hats that have the Velcro patch as a good introduction into the brand, and also can be used to change and transition your brand. Question, I see lots of good CSUP students. Which one of you is a small and would like to model the jacket up here? Do we have any takers? And we have the whole audience too, size small. Do you have any size small? I see one in the back. Whoever. Hannah? Look at Hannah. Hannah, come up here. Come up here. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, so here is the jacket. Look at this beautiful. Right here, we're looking at some of the product photos of it, you know, with the classic white background. But you see, it's just a plain black jacket, goes with everything, no patches. But what if she's wearing an earth tone jacket, an earth tone outfit? Well, look at this. Boom. And move your hair, please. Thank you. And then with the oval patch right in the center. So as you can see, you can change it. There's right now the majority are using PVC, but there's different materials that can be used. And really it's Velcro. So there's so many different options, shapes and sizes of the patches that it's basically endless. And yeah, and see, let's do a little cat run, a little walk. Walk to the black, yeah. Turn, pose, pose. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful, look at that. Gorgeous, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, and here is the lookbook for the first piece. And as you can see, the transition of the outfit from them. So here's that red, totally transitioning the way that the jackets look. And with Law, we're dealing with 4 different types of products. An outerwear, which is starting with this puffer jacket, the Law Utilitarian puffer jacket. And then we're creating a light rain jacket, which you're gonna see in the future. And then hats and accessories, we're starting with a ball cap, but there are so many different ways that the oval patch can be implemented into different accessories. And it's a lower price point into the brand, so you can start developing your patch collection that you can use on higher end products. And you can sit down, Hannah. Thank you so much for your participation here. Yeah, give it a feel. And then the patches. So it's basically two different segments, because to buy patches, you have to own either the outerwear or the hats or accessories. It's like a PlayStation. You can't buy a PlayStation 4 game without the PlayStation. So there's basically 2 different markets, one to get into the brand with the outerwear and accessories, and then the patches. So consumer feedback, we started the jacket off at $4.98, and even the fashion forward individuals that I thought that would be wanting to pay this price did not want to pay this price. So it's consumer feedback that we took in and we lowered the price to $2.98, and we're working on ways in the future to create that brand experience and the level of quality that's necessary in the modern market, but while keeping that price point low. And then more patches and customizability. We're creating from here until the fall, there's 9 different new patches that are coming out to add, because every time a new patch comes out, that adds value to the individual garments. And then more outerwear options. And then marketing, which is Matt's specialty, is lacking. And I think it's lacking in basically every business, because that's the transition for sales. So what we have done so far. So Law launched in mid-December. And between that time, Law is going to start designing SoCo, which is a retailer in Denver, their full cut and sew collections in the fall. And so that's going to be premiering on Denver Fashion Week this upcoming fall. And then Mike the Compass is a sneaker YouTuber with around 600,000 followers on YouTube. He bought the jacket and he loved it. And so I knew I needed him a part of the team. And so now he's an official brand ambassador of Law and is a part of this process. And so, having a key influencer like that, and there's going to be more to come with his awareness and also just pushing the brand. So that's a super exciting start. And then 303 Magazine, which is a very big Denver kind of way of exploring culture. They did 2 articles on us. So here's the new light rain jacket that's going to come out in the fall. And as you can see, it's kind of the monochromatic colors, and then you switch it out and add interest with the patches. And so kind of the next steps for Law is really to grow wholesale. That's the way to create larger numbers. And I'm always facing minimum quantities with manufacturers, and that doesn't lead to the lowest price. So upping the sales will increase margins, both on the retail side of things and the e-commerce side of things. Create new product offerings, expanding the patch ecosystem. I'm super excited about a hoodie with the oval patch to include it, because that offers another fun thing, another fun option to bring into the brand. And I see Chris has his phone out. That's okay. Everyone should pull out their phone and go on Instagram. I'm telling you, go on Instagram right now, pull it out. I see some phones, and follow LAAW.designs. And so there you can see kind of the full ecosystem of designs and what we're working on. Anyway, and lower product costs through planning, such as not paying the exorbitant amount of shipping for 14-day shipping and waiting for freight, and working on different ways to add that quality experience without this big expensive box, maybe a bag, and adding quality products. So kind of just transitioning that price lower, but providing that value still. So I think that this is a huge investment opportunity, and right now we're kind of in a transition stage between having funds and showing what we can do with them. There's lots of does this work in this process, and there always will be, but right now we're in the very early stages of learning kind of what the market is, because we've only been up and running for 6 months. But really what I'm thinking of doing is, just like our initial seed money that I got for this project, we're going to be doing a $250,000 evaluation, and I'd like $15,000 for 6%. So if you have any questions.
So I'll ask first. When you wear this without the patch, the girl's hair gets stuck in this on the Velcro side.
Yeah, so it's not meant to be worn without a patch. The jacket actually comes with a set of black patches that are monochromatic. So when you just pull it out of the box, you can wear this and then add the color to it. And also, we're working on designs with the first patch set of having patches in the back, but that problem arose, and we decided not to do that because of Woody's hair. This is a unisex kind of thing.
Dalton, you know I'm a big fan of you, and great job on the presentation. The product is amazing. The boxing is amazing. You think through everything that you do. So a couple questions. One is private labeling. Could you, that little circle patch in the middle, could it say snooze on it?
Precisely, yeah. So the positive thing about working with retailers is our first retailer, False Ego, that we had in store. They also sell product, which we're going to be designing in the fall. We added the False Ego logo. So if you bought a jacket from False Ego, you got their exclusive logo. So that's adding to it. And you can do kind of product sponsorships like that. Say that you want to get your whole team, it'd probably be more of a youthful because that's where the demographic is, but your whole team that we can customize jackets like that.
Perfect. So let's talk price. I mean, you're talking how much you're selling it for, how much we buying it for, how you get the $250,000 valuation. Where's all this coming from? Give us some numbers.
Yeah, I love numbers. So there's lots of ways to lower the price. At the beginning, it was a very high price to buy the product. The initial jacket costed around $100, and then the shipping, since we did 14-day shipping, costed $50 per jacket. This is all at 100 quantity. And then you're looking at boxes at $11. But when lowering the prices, we can cut $30 off of shipping if we waive the freight, so that's 45 days. As planning. We were late to the season because everything was delayed with the virus, but you need to plan ahead of time. And so the next fall collection is going to be planned ahead of time using freight. So that's more than 50% off of shipping. Larger quantities, you can, if you buy 500 jackets, you'll lower it by 25%. And that's with the individual manufacturer. What if we work with larger manufacturers? And then with boxes, what if we created a bag but also had kind of a plastic cut insert? We're saving, $8. So we can lower to the most brands in the fashion industry have 25%. So Adidas, for example, which I got this number from, buys a shoe for $25 and they sell it for $100. So 4 times markup. So, we're aiming for that position, and I think it's achievable with these numbers.
Awesome. So tell us the evaluation. How'd you come up with $250,000 evaluation?
Yeah. So the two major things added into this evaluation is first, my time. I've been working in the fashion industry as creating a brand and a label for 4 years. So I considered my salary in this and pushing it towards this idea. And also, we're working with we're on patent pending right now. And also, we have a copyright that just got sent out a month ago. So, these kind of valuable assets is what that evaluation is from.
2 more quick questions. Patent pending on the jacket and the trademark on law?
Yeah, so we're working on the patent with a lawyer. We can do a design patent for the jacket. And it's basically just a patch system. It's not necessarily the jacket itself. And then, so the shape of the patches and so forth. And then also for the, we're just doing law as a trademark. So.
What are you doing with 15K?
So $15,000, I really want to design, well, I already designed the hoodies with the oval patch inside, a lower price point into the brand. And I really think that that's going to grow to the next level. I have enough funding to do the light rain jacket, but I really think that a good offering for the fall and in the spring would be the hoodies.
So is there a way, because girls with long hair, and I'm thinking if you're carrying a child, that Velcro is going, if you didn't, let's just say I'm always running late, so I might not have time to change my outfit, but is there a way to change where the soccer side would be onto the jacket so that if you didn't want to wear patches that you could wear just a solid jacket?
Well, so that option is kind of just leading towards the black on black that comes with the jacket. Then, if lazy running to school, which I have, but you usually just kind of accept what you're wearing. Unless it's too crazy of a patch, then it's worth the 5 seconds to transition. But I haven't heard any problems like that from any of my consumers.
And the flashing time is your 5 more minutes.
We have 5 minutes.
So is there currently any other companies out there like this that offer similarity to what you're doing here?
So there's a couple different brands in the fashion industry that use Velcro to transition the way it looks, but it's never offered as a consistent ecosystem, meaning Nike 3 or 4 years ago came out with a shoe with Travis Scott, and they had these Velcro swooshes that you can switch on and off. But there was only 3 in the box and you couldn't buy any more. So it's done in different ways. You know, obviously the military has jackets with patches that's the same design. And there's a couple things, but it hasn't ever been fleshed out in an idea like this.
So for the $298, does it come like with a combo, like you can pick like 4 patches, or is it just the jacket with Velcro, and then you got to pay extra for the extra patches?
Yeah, so you have to pay extra for the individual patches. And so, you know, we'll do kind of fun deals where if you buy it in the next week, you'll get a free set of patches, whatever. But yeah, usually when you buy the jacket, it comes with just a set of black patches. And so really, Law is trying to be a fashion-forward brand and not necessarily as seen on TV. This is Patches Law built on innovation and design. So, you know, the design, the construction is made for lifestyle, as cool as possible. You know, this isn't a as seen on TV kind of scheme. Yeah. And that's what the photo shoots and lookbooks are about. That creates the identity of the brand, and that it's really a label. It's not just a piece of clothing. There's the difference between clothing and fashion. Chris, I see you have a question. Oh.
I do have a question. So are these, so Matt had a good question. Can you put snooze on it? Can you put wake up? Can you put US Bank? Can you put any of those things? And so would we be able to personalize these? So what does that look like? So if it comes with one set of black Velcro patches, what if we didn't want the black ones? We wanted, so we'll use Matt as an example. He has 2 businesses. So what if he wanted a jacket, but he wanted to be able to have patches for both of his business? So if he had one for wake up and he had one for snooze, and snap. So let's say you did 3 of them. So what if he was able to order 3 different patches for one jacket? So if you targeted business owners who maybe own multiple companies, who could get these for their employees, they can wear the different, like you're saying, the light jackets, and there's the heavier jackets, or the hats. So what's the ability to customize these for people's actual logos?
Yeah, so I really believe that that's not really a business to employees, not really kind of the scheme that I think Law should be headed. It should be more towards the consumers to wear more fashionably than at work. But there's different ways to make these patches. Like a patch like this, the initial setup fee is $70, which is nothing if you buy a decent amount of them. But if you're buying 1 or 2 of them, then that's not worth your money. So there's other ways to do it. Like there's another process that uses heat transfer that's basically like a regular printer that it prints it out, and there's 0 fee to start and make. There's no mold that needs to be created, so it can be done as many different ones as possible. But it's expensive to do with a small amount of quantity, so I'd really have to have in-house one of those machines, and they're around $10,000. But that's a really kind of long-term, 3 to 5 years idea. The most kind of customizability is in the next year, we're going to create patches with white on them that are just plain white, and you can draw on them.
I'll be honest, I totally disagree with you. I think that being able to customize it for kids' sports, high school sports, whatever it is that people want, but I don't know what this design means. It means nothing to me. It's cool, but if I could put my kid's logo on it, or the next high school, every time they switch, put that for $70, I think you're missing a huge market. So here's what I'll do. I mean, and I'll make you an offer because I'm almost investing in you. I mean, the product is amazing. You know what you're doing, but I see something special right here with if I was putting my money, I'm gonna put my money on you. So I'll give you $5,000 and I'll just basically say, hey, I trust you, I trust your vision. I'll be a mentor to you. I'll be someone there that's gonna talk you through it. But for my time and for that, the money is nothing. I'm gonna probably want 10% just for my time and my phone number to be there along the way. But I think that you're looking at this from one sector of market or from fashion. And I think you're missing out on so much because if Matt will buy 20 right now that say Snooze and then 20 that say Snap, and I'll buy them that say all my businesses. I think that the more you can get in that niche market, and it may not be cool, and it may not be what 22-year-olds want these days, but there's a lot of money in that niche market. So, I'm almost telling you, don't take my deal because no matter what, I'm going to be there for you. I see so much in you.
Thank you, Simon.
Because this is incredible, and I'll write a check. That's the easy part, but you're on something. But I think you may be looking a little bit in the wrong direction from my perspective. But I really like it a lot. I'll throw that out.
I like this. All right, so I'm going to give you 15,000. I'm going to give you the offer that you asked for. 15,000 for 25%, but not of this jacket, of law and of where we go with law. I want 25% of that company, and I will dedicate marketing and I will dedicate resources and everything that you need, but not just what you showed us here today, but where we're headed. Like Chris said, I want to invest in you, not just this jacket. And I think I have some really good ideas. I think Chris has some really good ideas on the other side too. So I'll give you 15,000 for 25% of where we could take this. And that could be billions. I'm on the same views as everybody else where my wife hates I've got 1,000 jackets sewn in our closet. And if I could just switch my sports team logo from Broncos to Avalanche and have one jacket rather than 10 different jackets trying to find and track them down. And not spend thousands of dollars on jackets, just have one. I'm interested with Matt, if you have me. The 15K, I would bump it up to 30%.
7,500.
I love the presentation. The box is amazing. The packaging is really appealing to me. I tend to shop a lot. I think I'm with Chris just as a business person and knowing how we like to market our own businesses and outerwear, every kind of like shirts, jackets, coats. We do buy a lot of those hats. I really like the hat design. That is probably, I actually really like the hat. So I think again though, looking long-term and looking to be able to specialize it to a company because we can afford to pay more than maybe a college student can. So we're willing to pay for the marketing out of a bigger amount. So I think the other thing is really the design kind of worries me with that, the Velcro being on the outside, just from different points of view, like getting your hair stuck in it and things like that. But I've never worn the jacket for a long time. But when I pulled it up to me, that's the first thing that happened is when I brought it up here, is my hair got stuck to it. I think you have a great future. You're amazing. Your presentation was terrific. And depending on what you guys are wanting to do, I would probably go in with you. If we wanted to give him more money, I think Matt's already offered you 15, so have some money.
Maybe that's any others? Nope. Do you guys want to talk about this and then you come back? See what you want out of us? You want something?
No, I have some ideas.
You got some ideas? Okay, hit us.
Okay, I'm sorry, Chris. There's a lot going on. What was your deal? Just a short number.
At this point, I almost forgot. What I would do is I would do 5,000 for 10%. And I'm investing. I mean, this is amazing. I'm more so putting my check.
Okay. Okay, Matt. Here's the thing. I love you. This is my man.
I love you too.
This is my
Let's
man.
go.
Air
Come
hug.
on, let's
Air
go.
hug. Air hug. But we are at a point in law that you can get such a good deal for the amount of equity that you can get. And I put these numbers for how much we're gonna grow. And I know whatever deal that I say, you will triple and exponential your money. We're not 10Xing, we're 50 million Xing. We're growing this thing to the top.
Prove it.
I want this in every Northtown. So Matt, what I'm offering you is your same deal. So $15,000 plus help with marketing for 15%.
Let's meet in the middle at 20%. We have ourselves a deal right now. 20% of the company, what we're doing now and what we do going forward. You've got me, you've got our teams. As you said in your evaluation, you've got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I got a little more blood, sweat, and tears than what we've got to get to this level too. So 20%.
17 right now, and we'll shake on it.
I got to stop at 20%. I'm stuck at 20. I'm here at 20.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I think that's very fair. It's a lot of time and energy. You know, we got a lot of things going on right now. I'll
Yeah,
dedicate
no,
some time and energy here.
I totally understand. I think that it's worth the discussion, but really the 15% is a great deal, and 17 is an even better deal. So, I mean, this is a project. This is my life. Like, you know what I mean? As Chris said, you're investing in my life. So I'm going to say 17. Matt, you need it at 17%.
So you said you love Matt, you know what he can do for you. Fight over that 3%, what Matt can do for you, is it worth that 3 extra percent to have that big jump?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So you said you love Matt, you know what he can do for you. So we're fighting over 3%, where that 3% is going to make you jump really, really fast, or you can keep that 3% and grow really, really slow.
Okay.
So I'll give you an extra $2,000. We can keep the extra difference, the percentage difference, just because I'm investing in that and on you, and I'll just be a buyer. I don't want any, no equity. So whatever he's adding, I'll throw $2,000 on top of it. Get the deal with Matt, and I'll just be buying. You want that?
$2,000 on top for free? For how much you said, 20%?
20%, and I have a gong right here that I'm fully ready to ring.
Ring that dong. Let's go,
20%
baby.
of the law brand.
Ring
And
that
everything
bell.
we do together.
Let's get it
Ready?
going.
Let's go!
Really, really good job. That was awesome. I love the product photos too. It's incredible. But we're gonna move on to our other sponsors. So on behalf of the Healy Center and the Hassan School of Business, we'd like to extend our sincerest thanks to Southwest Credit Union and Janice Maley. She actually did their student competition last night. And so it's simple, worry-free banking, proudly serving you at 2 public branches. Don't settle for less at Bank of Sunwest. Also, a huge thank you to Cornerstone Roofing and Gutter and Rory Huskin for continuing to sponsor the SoCo Entrepreneurship Competition. Without support from local business leaders like Rory, none of this would be possible tonight. And then lastly, SoCo would like to thank the Hassan School of Business for their support for the Healy Center, the competition, and many, many entrepreneurs who go through the door of the Hassan School of Business. Let's see. CUT Pueblo has once again shown considerable support for the SoCo Entrepreneurship Competition in the form of the top prize for the student competition held last evening, which is a $4,000 scholarship to HSB payable over 4 years. So thank you to Dr. Mike Wakefield for running the competition and all you do for the university and for the community of Pueblo.
Alrighty, our next competitor tonight is Will Lewis with a fashionable way to play golf.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So this is our company, Swinger State. I'm Will Lewis. I'm a freshman at Pueblo County High School.
I'm Dave Lewis. I'm a PGA golf professional and a Washington State director of golf.
And our main thing with Swinger State is grip, position, and protect. Golf is a colorful sport. A lot of the players like to express themselves, and they can't do that with white tape. And that's all that's out there right now. So with our company, they can express themselves with the different colors and show what they want to do with their outfits.
I just got back from the Masters. I spent a couple days at the Masters this last week, and all the players have all their new colors and all that. But I'm looking at guys. You can even see a Tiger's tape up there. It's white. He's in his Sunday red. It's white. Ricky's in his orange. He's got white. A lot of these players wear this tape, and I'm sorry. Well, a lot of the players wear these tape, to protect their hands. And so with like pros that play a whole lot, they're going to be having this stuff all the time. So there's a huge market for this. 33 million people played golf in 2019. 23 million of them played at a golf facility. I had 35,000 of them at mine.
9.9 million participated in off-course activities, so they were at Topgolf and Drive Shack. Here's some of our competitors. Notice how they're all white. They all look like medical tape, and that's even what Mueller uses. They use it in their medical stuff. And so we can change that up, and we can have the golfers express themselves. We have 20 different colors. We can get unique patterns, and people can also customize the tape. They could put signatures, they could put logos, basically anything you want, and it could be used just to express yourself.
Like I was saying earlier, the reasons why, and our competitors and us, we do the same thing. The reason why you wear the grip tape, first of all, is to play a lot, it's to protect your hands. When you play and practice a whole bunch, you get calluses, and they get very, very sore that you have to scrape them off. When I was playing a lot and practicing a lot, my hands were always sore. And then what I use it for also is in teaching. The problem I have most with people, especially beginners, is getting them to put their hands on the club in a consistent way and correct way. And this is just a way for them to have a tactile way of feeling where it is, and also a visual way of where your fingers and hands are supposed to be on the club. The thing that our competitors don't have, along with it, they don't have the colors. So here again, I've got some testimonials, or we have some testimonials here. Tram Ivan, who's a life member, he uses the Swinger tape to reinforce the positioning of the fingers on the grip. Chad Novak, Pueblo City champion, I think a couple of times. He plays and practices a lot. Swinger tape protects my hands from calluses and pain, and the assorted colors are cool. And Bill Morton, just a businessman, couldn't believe when we come up with this before. And he's an avid golfer. The packaging, I think, is very cool. It's low cost. It's a very low cost product. We'll get into that in a minute. I have this as an impulse item next to my register at the golf shop. I've probably sold 150 of them since we started doing this back in May, or last May. Yeah.
We don't have a new patentable invention with long-term secure IP. What we don't have too is a lot of sales yet. It's a good thing because it's not out there. It's ready to take off. We don't have any barriers to entry. We don't have any big name competitors yet with colors. We don't have product development and time costs, equipment or startup costs, and overhead or a long time to market. But what we do have is first to market opportunity. We have easy sales and channels. We have high volume sales potential with major retailers. We have a high turnkey market-ready product and production process. We have great margins, a great potential for exclusive market branding name and recognition. And we have a branded product that is ready to sell. We just need someone to help it.
And the thing that we said we didn't have a lot of sales yet, that creates anonymity. So our competitors don't know about us. So once we flood the market with this, they're gonna say, hey, we need colors. You know, here's what's available. So we can see what would happen after that. The cost of it is about 35 cents per roll. We have a contract for packaging and the packaging labor with Pueblo Diversified Industries here in town. We can get this price down. The total material cost is $275. We can get that down if we get into some bulk prices. Retail, we sell this on Amazon or we sell it on a B2B website that we already have created. We sell that for $7.99. If golf shops or distributors want to buy it at wholesale, we will sell it to them for $3.99. They get 50%. Wholesale revenue, we're going to get $1.24 per roll off that, so 31%. But the units that we sell at the $7.99, now we're making $5.25. So huge margin on that.
Here are some of our milestones. We have a trademark and domain reserve. We have a website in place, so people can just go and buy it already. We're already listed on Amazon. We have an inventory acquired. We have a distribution contract in place, and we've invested a total of $20,000 ourselves. We have multiple Chinese and US supplier options. We have a partnership with PDI, like you said, and we're helping boosting the local economy by creating jobs for developmentally disabled workers.
The way we're going to sell it is we wholesale it to pro shops. There's over 16,000 golf courses in the United States. We can just get a percentage of those to carry it. And I have made some sales in the past few months to some golf courses, Florida, Georgia. They bought them on the website. We already have it available, as Will said, on Amazon. We can have some other avenues in that sense. We can do a direct consumer, or as I mentioned, direct to business on our website. It's already set up. There's a green grass section of our website that wholesalers can go to. What we're looking for is a marketing partner. We have everything all set up. We just need somebody to get us, into Golf Digest, the Golf Channel, be able to have some visibility in those senses. And, maybe to get us into Golf Galaxies, Dick's, Shields, you mentioned Shields earlier. And who knows, Shark Tank? Who knows? We would like to somehow find a way to get high visibility players. Like I was saying, at the Masters, here's all this white tape. We're thinking about this, and that's all I see. I don't see them playing golf. I see the white tape on their fingers. So it kind of ruined it a little bit for me, but not really. So,
the ask. We're looking for a strategic partner to help us position the brand for sale. We're offering a 51% majority ownership for our LLC, or in our LLC. We're looking for marketing resources to help us reach out with connections and access to those high visibility players. We're looking for distribution partners, introductions to potential buyers for the brand, and an investment in the marketing opportunities. Sweat equity, we're looking strategic help to scale and position us for the sale, and take our product and help us capitalize on it.
Is there anybody that wants to go into business with us? We aren't asking for any cash. We're just asking for the marketing. We're just looking for marketing. Yeah, to take this. He's a freshman in high school. I have a full-time job plus. We want somebody to do the marketing and everything, and they get 51% majority control of the company.
So just out of curiosity, my guidance is white.
It's $7.99.
It's $7.99 no matter what color.
Okay.
what color you buy. We don't really offer I mean, we can offer the white, but you can buy that at Walgreens.
Well, that's what I'm saying, my Walgreens is white.
It's right around that $7.99. Yeah.
So your appeal is the color.
Yes.
Okay, in
Yes.
different colors, different variations. Have you contacted Golf Digest yourself? Have you attempted to get in those magazines?
We have not. I've done some, well, because I know what it costs to do that locally here with like Avid Golfer, in the state area. And I know that that stuff's expensive. It's very expensive.
Well, sometimes if you just got a good PR firm, you can get them to do an article about you that doesn't cost anything if they like the idea. So
Exactly.
I would be emailing them 7 times a day, whenever it happens, tonight, until somebody on that other side says yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm not an avid golfer. I don't know the difference between just wearing tape and gloves. I see people wearing gloves all the time.
Well, usually the tape is worn. The only time I would put tape on both hands is when I'm teaching. Usually the tape's worn on the non-glove hand because that's what takes the brunt of the work on it. So it just keeps those calluses off and keeps yourself able to hang out of the glove and practice more playing. So yeah, it's not meant to replace a glove. Like I said, the only time I would use both hands is for teaching.
I don't play golf. I love the
We need to
idea.
change that.
I need a little more time, almost there. So love the idea. I wish I knew more about it so that I could help you. I think I would reconsider maybe getting 49% of your company away instead of 51%. Just you're gonna do a lot of work on it. So that's just my own personal feeling that you should be in charge, making the decisions for your company. I did Google it while on Amazon, I Google Amazon. I didn't see any color tape. I think it's a great idea. I love the teaching part because the few times I have hit balls, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I thought that was a great visual. I'm a visual learner, so I think that's amazing. I'm willing to help out if you can get somebody in here who has a little more financially and can help out. I'm not sure that I would be much help except for maybe doing some marketing, doing some like photo shoots with some pretty models. Yeah.
I think Matt had it spot on because I mean, for 51%, I can make some phone calls and send some emails, but I don't know if I would be the best partner for you. But if you want someone that has time to do that stuff, I mean, I would be more happy to take 51% to send some emails.
I have an idea for you. So I agree with everyone else. I think that giving up an idea that you have worked so hard for, I get it, full-time job. And congratulations, being a freshman in high school and doing this fantastic job because that takes a lot of skill and being able to come in here. So. But I think I guess my advice to you is I would offer my services to help mentor you. Matt can do the marketing, but I am a banker, right? So it looks like you might need some help with the business plan. What should you offer? Not coming in and asking for a cash investment, but really what you're looking for is connections. Yeah. Connections can be free, right? So it never hurts anybody. Just like you guys are coming in today, it's free for you guys to ask us. Do the same thing, right? And so sweat equity, I get it, right? But sometimes, how many people do you know? How many people have you taught to play golf?
A bunch.
A bunch, right? You need to teach me. So, well, I'm made for the list, right? And so I think that what I would say is fantastic job. I'm happy to add my help and mentorship as far as the business side and a business plan might be concerned. I'd love to meet with you guys after you talk to Matt and come up with a marketing plan. I think it's fantastic, by the way, that you partner with PDI. What a fantastic thing to do, provide jobs, come up with something. What's interesting to me is why have you guys researched, why hasn't anyone, the competitors, why haven't they ever done colors? Any reason?
The only thing I can think is it's just not a thought. They just, it's functional to them, to the players, so they haven't really asked for it. But the more we started looking at it, you start seeing different colors, and then you got this ugly, and it's making marks on their fingers, sticky stuff on their grips and all. This doesn't do that. It's a self-adhesive, so it sticks to itself there. We just started seeing the fashion for it.
Yeah, okay,
To make it a
so,
little more colorful. That answer your question?
yeah, absolutely, and you mentioned that you could customize it, so you could put some
yeah.
logo on it. So I think about US Bank, we actually, we pay Pinnacle and we put our logo on their golf balls, and we give those when we sponsor golf tournaments or different foundation things, and I think what an easy way, if you're able to do that rather than doing golf balls, maybe being able to do something like this, but with the company logo on it.
And
So
a goodie bag or something like that at the time.
yeah, absolutely. And so those are the kinds of things I'd love to be able to talk to you guys about. You need Matt first because he's a 10X guy, so you can come talk to me after your 10X.
I do love your product. I am a golfer. I'm good at it. And I have been to the Masters 3 times.
Have you really?
Awesome. Yeah, it's so awesome. This is better. So actually, my wife, she's riding horses, but that's what that is. So I do like it better. Like you said, 'cause it doesn't have the glue and stuff. It's not gonna hurt you. Stick that the wash off. No, Jack, just in agreement with everything, but I think that's something here. But I wouldn't give up 51% of it either. I've had a lot of partners in business, and there's a lot of them but unfortunately, you need someone. I would be, in Jamie's position, financially to back it up, but as far as having the time and the effort, to put forward to assist you, the social network, that Matt brings to the table is, I mean, you can't compete against that. That's basically what you need. Sure.
Okay.
From a financial standpoint.
How much financial standpoint would you give that? No, I just say from the outside looking in, I would say to what everybody says, the 51% is probably a little bit much. You should protect that. But before you get into that, my opinion is you need that grit and that determination to make this product work. Like we were in Furniture Today magazine, which is probably the biggest furniture magazine. I got in that for free. I hit them, I called them, I emailed them, and we had a person in house that sent them every article until we talked about our franchises and how fast we went nationwide. And because of that article, we sold an insane amount of, we got publicity, we got what we needed. So I think you start there. You start with every testimonial that you have right here. They need to do a video for you. You need the organic side of it. You need Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You need to tell the world how amazing your product is. So when you're looking for an investor, they Google you, they look at you, they find you, and they're like, okay, this is the real deal. There's something here. And then this product can just be the beginning of something super special. So, my opinion is on the marketing side of it, this would cost a fortune to market. Like if we gave you $50,000, that would not be enough to get this to where it needs to go. And you probably know that. Like this is an expensive product to go nationally. Locally, it's piece cake. Springs, it's piece cake. Denver, it's probably piece cake. But nationally, this would be a very hard product to master. But you've got to build your brand first. So when they start to look at who you are, we call it omnipresence all the time. But when they start to when they see that article for the first time, they're going to go back and find you. And you need to be present with people going, best tape in the world. This is why. Look at it. That's my hat. Whatever it is. Like there's got to be something there that pulls that plug. So 51%, you need to keep that. And my advice is go as organic, and we'll do whatever we can help inside of this building for free. If you guys need some pictures, if we need to come out the golf course and videos, I'll help with that. But get testimonials, get cell phone. This is a big, cool, easy way to do it. Get people on the spot while they're on the golf course saying what they say. And I think you guys, you can hit it out there, read out the ballpark. But we're here. I give you anything I can for free at the beginning to help push that offer advice. We've got people in this building way smarter than me, so they'll help you.
Same thing Matt said. My question would be, did you take any of this with you to the Masters?
I did not. They would more than likely frown upon me trying to give it to anybody. Just throw it. Just throw it. I did not.
Okay, any sort of, I know they do like golfing trade shows. Have you ever thought of going to one of those?
We haven't done it yet, but I am familiar with those. PGA has one right here in Colorado that they do. And I know a lot of the distributors that I deal with on items like this, that I can get it in their hands.
I think that's the big thing, just like Matt said, is getting in people's hands, reaching out to different courses and say, who's your resident pro? We come give them this tape and then get those trade shows and let people see. Because I'm giving up a lot of your company for free.
not the smartest thing to do, and just what I think it's all about.
I think that the Amazon thing is brilliant. I mean, I think that's their main focus target would be to somehow get in on that boat. Because once the big guys sell the tape, once they see, oh, shoot, dollars in, they're gonna start competing against them. They already have it in all the ball stores, right? You were the first one to take it to Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
True.
I don't know how you do that.
And I'll tell you, we have 3 Amazon experts in this building, and we do a lot of volume on Amazon, so if you wanna come in next week, I'll get you as much membership as you need to help me with that.
Okay.
The name, like, you may want to consider changing the name up just a little bit. So I would hate for somebody to Google you and you be on the 50th page, I guess, of whatever's going to pop up. So might just be a consideration. I think somebody's going to mention that pretty early on. It's catchy. I like it, except for I think when people go to Google that, it might end up somewhere else.
How about sweet tape?
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh,
We need to get rid of the sweet.
We would love to help.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll give you everything we need for you next week.
Okay.
Great job, guys.
Thank you very much.
All righty, guys, we're gonna take a quick break for our judges here. Be back in about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Alrighty, Black Hills Energy recognizes that we are better together. Black Hills Energy supports many activities in the community they serve and are continuing to sponsor this year's competition. They offer many programs and tips that help to conserve energy and lower costs for all users. We appreciate Black Hills Energy for supporting tonight's competition and helping businesses thrive in Southern Colorado. Dave Feimster, owner of several Little Caesar franchises in the region, is a longtime supporter of education and entrepreneurial activities in the Pueblo area. Mr. Feimster supports junior achievement as a volunteer classroom instructor, coaches youth hockey, and is an advocate for many youth causes. Little Caesars of Pueblo is a proud supporter of tonight's competition. And last, Banner and Bauer are a proud multi-year sponsor of this competition. It is a client-focused law firm with a diversified business, estate planning, probate, and real estate practices. Whatever your business and estate planning needs, visit Bauer and Bauer to have sound legal advice. Banner and Bauer is offering a $1,000 legal advice to one of our contestants today, as well as a $100 cash prize.
With that being said, our next presentation of the night produces a product that everyone can enjoy. Please welcome American veteran and owners of Hero Cider Company, Seth Gansel.
And having me. So, my name is Seth Gansel, and today I'd like to introduce you Hero Cider Company. To understand Hero Cider Company, we have to go back and understand myself, how I went from Marine to cider making machine. But to understand how we got to Hero Cider Company, we have to go back and understand how I went from Marine to cider making machine. So in 2010, I exited service with some injuries. Due to my traumatic brain injury, I couldn't drink anymore. It just gave me migraines every time I tried. So going from a Marine to zero drinking was different. And I tried it. I kept trying it. And it just kept getting migraine after migraine. So speeded up to about 2015, and we were starting another company in Longmont. And I was sitting with my business partners. I had a glass of cider and no headache. I tried it again, and I tried it again, and I tried it again. And I was like, holy smokes, I got something here. I love the taste. I might have got made fun of a little at first, but that's all right. I love cider. So I started making it. We moved down here in 2017, and that's when I really got into it. Started annoying my wife, all our friends, they became guinea pigs, and I'm pretty sure that they started getting sick of me after a while, like, here, take cider, here, take cider. So 2019, still annoying. Bring us to 2022, and I went to the SBDC. I asked them, hey, can you guys hook me up with some people so that I can make this dream a reality? And they put me in touch with Kurt Raddick, and holy smokes, that guy moves. So here we are. I took 19 days. I got this presentation together, and I hope you guys enjoy what we have to offer. So why Hero Cider? Hero Cider is my passion. It's what I love. It's a piece of me. It's my way to get my hands back into something. I left the Marine Corps. I was 100% disabled, and I can't sit on my hands. I can't do that. My kids can't watch me sit on my hands. I need to show them we can do more. I love cider. Again, it's my passion. I wanted to share it with Pueblo. I want to be a part of the good of Pueblo. I want to see the jobs. I want to see the growth. I want to hopefully have employees and watch them gain houses and cars and their kids grow. So, with that being said, here we are. The other piece of this that's really dear to me is Hero Cider Company isn't just a cider company. We're here to tell a story. Every can, every flight map that we're going to put out there, it's going to tell you about someone that's extraordinary, that's gone above and beyond. With that, we have 4 Medal of Honor recipients that came from Pueblo. I think they deserve to have their own Ford back. You know, and I want to represent people that are just good. I want them to be on these cans. I want people to know, and I want to carry that mantle because some people just, I think we forget the sacrifices others make, and I don't want us to forget. So, what's the issue? Where can you find cider in Pueblo? I know you can't. I went to the Historical Society. We sat there for 3 hours. They loved me. They tried to get me to write a book, but it ended up that there's no cider in Pueblo. There's never been cider in Pueblo. The only people that may have brought it in were bootleggers. There's a lack of gluten-free options. Cider happens to be gluten-free, so that's a great selling point. We don't have high quality. Well, we have plenty of high quality food in Pueblo, but we don't have many gastropubs serving small plate, high quality items. So with that, my idea is to open Pueblo's first cidery and tap room, and a little piece of history and a little legacy to continue. I want to craft innovative cider, not cider that you've had before. I want it to be new flavors. So what you see in front of me, you have a cider mixed with mango tea, you have a cider mixed with juniper berries and cardamom, and gin botanicals. There's a few there. It's just what I like to do. I've brewed fermented so many different ciders at this point that I don't know. I'm hoping I gave you guys the right ones. The idea is to get those packages, to get those cans to each have that individual label that tells that story. We want foods that complement, so that's what we're working on. The team, myself, I am a Marine Corps veteran. I started a company in Longmont called Lab Society. I took a buyout. I came down here. I started another company, Pueblo Scientific, which is a company dedicated to supplying medical and scientific equipment to the VA. Then my wife, she's a ciderista extraordinaire. She is amazing. She puts up with me, so I don't know if there's much else I need to say about that, but she does have a bartending background. She's been in surgery and a few other things, so she's very enthusiastic and great to have by my side. The market. So the market is 21 to 45-year-olds, and then their parents, 71 to about 83, if I remember correctly. We're going to distribute through a few different sales channels. We're going to have self-distribution. We're going to try to wholesale distribute through contract with Eagle Rock Distribution Company. We're looking at self-distribution to the Army and Air Force Exchange Services, where we will be a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, so we'll have that opportunity. We're also going to offer direct shipment online. It seems like if you don't do it at this point, you're kind of falling behind. Our ideal first customer, we have 4 Medal of Honor recipients from Pueblo. We have 3 living, so our hope is to get one of those gentlemen to cut the ribbon and have our first glass. Competitive advantages. Well, we're first to market. There is no cider here. I mean, you can get cider at some breweries and, like Brewer's Ale House, but there's no dedicated cider. And that's what we want to be. We're going to use locally sourced ingredients. My hope is to work with the Pueblo Food Project to bring in our flavor, to share that with the rest of the, well, country, hopefully. We have a lot of recipes, about 24 of them currently that I rotate through that are decent. There's zero direct competition within 30 minutes. The nearest competition is in Penrose at C Squared Cidery. And well, there's C Squared and Apple Valley out there. So that's they're 32 minutes away. And then in the springs, we have Boxing Brothers and a new one that opened called Batch Slapped. And they're 45 to 50 minutes away. Apple Valley, C Squared, they're only open Saturday and Sunday. Our goal is to be a full-time tap room. We expect to scale the business. It's going to take 90 days just to get the licensing through TTV. It's a slow process, painful process. After that, we want to begin production. We want to get any food fit out that we're going to do if we are going to go that route, or we'd like to partner with, create a strategic partnership with someone that is, well, a food vendor, something like Double D's or one of those great food trucks. Maybe we can bring them into an actual location. After that, we'd like to do that grand opening. We really like to focus on getting in the Army and Air Force exchange, because that would allow us to get this region, the whole West Coast region. Then from there, as long as the product moves, they'll go ahead and start distributing it throughout the country. So that's a pretty big deal. After that, you have military bases all over the world. So that's the hope. I would find it hard for them to say, no, I've got this charismatic smile here. So if you can see that, oh, I'm so sorry. So each unit is going to be 4 cans. They go for about 61 cents a can profit is what we'd end up with. $2.46 for a unit. The cost of goods $556 or $5,568. That incorporates our juice cost. Juice cost currently is marked at what I buy it from Walmart at. So I'm sure it'll go down once I find a bulk supplier. We have yeast cost for 250 gallons. It would be $50. So it's the overhead's very small until we get to canning. And canning's killer. It takes a ton of money. And right now, Ball won't allow us to buy cans unless we buy 5 truckloads. And I don't think a small cider needs 5 truckloads of the same label right now. Currently, that 250 gallons, accounting for 5 gallons of loss, would make us 162.12. 250 gallons is what comes in those IBC containers. That's why I did the math off of that. It's also what we'd run in each batch. If we were to serve at the tap room, we would lose that canning cost. And then it becomes very profitable for us. So each 250 gallon container would make 1,960 16-ounce units. If we sell each unit for $6, we would end up with $11,105 net profit. If we sell them for $5, we'd end up with $9,145. I did have mask on here. Originally, the thought was we'd start small and scale up, but this seems to be very small. So the hope is to ask for a little bit more. We need space to create our beverage, to package, and to store. Operating capital, I'll infuse $30,000 of my own, but we would need probably a good $50,000 more after that. Mentorship of food and beverage, that would be great. I know the SBDC can probably guide me there. Again, I'll bring in skills, knowledge, sweat equity, and capital. Are there any questions? I guess this is short. Oh, correct. I do have 10%, 30,000. Again, this is before we put a little bit more thought into the numbers of where we'd like to be. We don't, if we start that small, it would take a lot longer to ramp up. So if we can buy equipment that's a little bit bigger, so that variable volume fermenters, they have a lid that has a gasket, it just adjusts whatever volume you have in there. My idea is to buy a bit bigger than what I originally planned so that we can immediately scale once it's available to us. I did find used canning equipment at $40,000 for canning equipment. It goes up to 120 to, it's canning equipment's expensive. So that's a bit of a barrier to entry, although we can use gravity fed bottle fillers for now until we're able to get that canning equipment. So the 50,000 plus my 30,000 puts it to 80,000. We should be able to build out everything from there and cider wise and get going.
So first of all, I'd like to thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, thank you for your support.
I'm very involved in the cider company, so I'm very familiar with what you got going here. You're gonna have your hands full. I started out with I was part of Walter's brewing company, and then we ventured on and started the cider company. But your fermenting tanks, and I will tell you that your approach to the tap room is honestly going to help you out tremendously, because you will make the most money, to help facilitate and get you the cash flow you're going to need to take you to the next, to take you to the marketing, to take you to where you can get into stores and things like that. But I'm going to have to say that I'm out, but I wish you the best of luck. And it is a hard process, and TTB is very difficult.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, Nick, thank you for your service. But the Walters thing has got me interested as well, because Walters does Manpower. They manufacture it there, so you could probably partner with somebody on some point of getting this started. But I know Walters does some other guys that gets there, so you don't have to buy them in bulk. So that might be an option for you. I've never heard of this cider before. This is the first time for me, so I appreciate it. This is awesome stuff. I will tell you on our side of it, I have you ever thought of like a cidery speakeasy?
That is partially the idea there, kind of speakeasy mixed with a little Black Rifle Puppy mentality.
So I don't know what's going on over here, but in this building is this is the oldest building in Pueblo, Colorado. And if you go down the second layer of stairs, it is set up for a speakeasy. It is perfect at the front of this building in there. And I'll give you 6 months of free rent inside of that building if you can get the investors to help you fill that all out, turn this into a speakeasy and a cidery. So you got 6 months over here. That's my offer on this side of it. I think it'd be great for the market. You've got a crowd that's coming from Walter's side of it as well. I don't know anything about this other side of it, but that's what I'm saying. I think Walters can help you. They're good people over there, and I think they can help on the other side of that too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service again. I think that what you've done and everything that I wrote down, a fantastic business plan. And I think one of the things to mention is what you did in the military is harder than anything that you just put on paper. And so I appreciate that. My husband did 23 years. So thank you very much for your service. What I'd like to do is from US Bank, we'd like to give you $1,500 for any way that you'd like to use that. And just to say thank you for your service and for everything that you've done. So good luck.
Thank you very much. When I was part of Walters, we did offer contract brewing. So, what's an option then? I'm not sure. I'm still fighting with our tires. So I can get you some phone numbers to contact them directly. Maybe they'd be willing to go in on the brewing side for making things like that, have some storage space.
That's awesome. Thank you. I did meet with Andy one time, thanks to Kurt, but I do.
I was gonna get that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so we all know Andy. He's a great guy. He's done a good job. I will tell you two things. One, there's nothing anybody at this table can say to you to thank you enough for what you did. It can't be done. And for you as well, for sticking by him and being a partner. will tell you that the fastest way to become a millionaire is to start with 2 million and open a bar. Because you'll be worth $1 million before you know it. I mean, the risks are so high. We haven't tried it yet. We don't know we don't even know what's in front of us. We don't know alcohol content, anything. And so we kind of missed out on that one. But you've got a story to tell. I mean, I'm sitting here hanging on every word you're saying, and I'm a skeptic. As the lawyer, I don't buy into the script. But as you're talking, I'm literally just watching, and I want to be a part. I think 30,000 for 10% with a valuation of 300,000 without having done anything yet, aside from prototype, getting into that is a little bit high. And I think that I agree. I mean, I love my panelists up here. I think your story is nationwide. I think that if I could get this in front of anybody and say, look, yeah, you want beer, go get beer. But this is different. I mean, and if you want to support veterans, I mean, it's a story. And that's why my job's easy. I go to the office, I put a suit on, I go to court. What you've done, it blows me away. And so, I mean, I'll make you an offer. I'm going to tell you don't take it. You know, I would give you 5,000 for 10%. I'd be here with you. I would make phone calls. I would be involved with anybody to get you space. I don't even know what Mexican candy or juniper berry or any of these are. I'm sitting here in my head going, how many carbs are in it, like any of that stuff. But I mean, you blow me away. And that happens about once every 5 years. Like it completely, lawyers aren't speechless. And when I see you talking, I want to hear what you're saying. So,
thank you very much.
And I would tell you, reject my offer, but I'm going to be there wherever you go. I'll help you any way I can. And when I say I'll help you, I mean Matt will help you, JB will help you, Chris will help you. You've got the effect. That doesn't come around very often. And so I'm in with whatever you need.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Can you walk us through this?
What is it?
So in front of you is a few different ones. I joined this competition 19 days ago, so I have to apologize. The four there, they might not have cleared all the way. They had the rest of the time. So I went into my last gallon. I went ahead and poured out the best I could for you guys in those little mason jars. So if you taste anything, taste that one. What I like to do is I like to be a little bit different. So Mexican candy is actually Pueblo chili. It's mango. So I wanted to represent Pueblo. Of course, that needed to be out there. You know, you use hatch chili, you use Pueblo chilies. So that's what that one is. Above it is juniper berry. It's got gin botanicals. It's cardamom and juniper berries with a little bit of coriander. And these all, they're around, so the dark one's 5'9", the clearer ones came in at like 6'2", and the semi-sweet should be around 6 itself. The one you're tasting right now is spice cider. That's mulling spices. So it's orange, peel. There's a few different things in there. In a sequence way. This one you're tasting, it's mango tea. It's actually infused with a mango tea, pineapple. It's got a marigold flower in it. It's got safflower. It's just I wanted to be, I wanted something unique. Like I said, I love innovating. And then the last one, that's my semi-sweet from my private stash, like I said. So
are you self-taught or
I'm self-taught. I'm currently talking to the president of the Cider Institute North America. We're supposed to have a phone call next week. He actually reviewed these slides for me. So next week we're supposed to have a phone call, and I may be going into the foundation class for the cider and perry making. So
they're all very good.
Oh, thank you. It's awesome. I wish I could have cleared these a little better for you guys, but that last one that's that 3-monther. So I thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
And I think you should sell it. I mean, like, this is so. Yeah, the maiden, it's just got a little bit of kind of moonshine look to it a little bit, but.
I tried to get you guys.
People like.
I was trying to get you the ones with the handles, but they weren't coming in time. Right, right. At the moonshine, I don't know, speakeasy. That would be a great thing to come out of there. So, well, thank you very much. Talk to this gentleman, but I don't think that's. Sorry.
So I just wanted to say thank you for your service as well, and I will match the donation that Crystal's giving you at $1,500 for you to do whatever you would like to do.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, Chris, I thank you very much for your offer. I'd like to counter. What if after I start producing, let's say my first 500 units, so would you be willing to a line of credit? Would you be open to possibly offering a line of credit thereafter?
So 5,000 for 10% with a line of credit.
No.
Doing to open a line of credit after the first 500 units sold. Giving you the opportunity to provide credit.
No equity, you don't, just a line of credit. I was gonna go in on the side one. You can get a loan from any bank in the world, though. You can get a line of credit anywhere. I mean, I would want to be a partner with you, even if it was a silent partner. I want the story. I don't want the interest rate. I can get interest anywhere. I can put money in a CD. That means nothing. I want the story. How much? And as I told you, I would tell you say no, but I'm a buyer. Wherever you are, I'll charge you whatever you want to be the VIP first opening. I'll try to get more off you later, but I don't want to be a line of credit to that. You're worth more than that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And so you don't want his other offer of $5,000 and 10%?
No.
No.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
And that's the smart business. Please keep in touch, because I want to be there.
Oh, I would definitely like to take you up on that. So I'll get everything staged out. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Seth. I just want to give Seth another round of applause real quick. That was not only an amazing business plan, an amazing company, but just an amazing person in general that served our country with everything that he had. He has truly demonstrated his ability to innovate and solve the problems facing us today in such an adaptable product. Thank you for being here, Seth, and I wish you the best of luck with your business. Thank you.
All righty. The final presentation tonight comes from Tilden Behrman and John Franking with an app for local pub owners looking for the best deals. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is John Franken.
My name is Tilden Behrman,
and we are
Connection. So over the last 4 years, John and I have attended school at CC Pueblo and been part of the Pueblo community. And throughout those 4 years, we've noticed one thing, one common problem. There are so many deals and discounts to students, seniors, first responders, and no place to find them in one spot.
So 2 months ago, Tilden and I came together and developed a survey in which we asked 100 students and faculty on the CSU Pueblo campus 5 various questions about local deals and discounts. For example, this here says, did you know that Thunderzone offers all-you-can-eat wings on Wednesdays? This happened to be our lowest percentage of people that did not know, coming in at 60%, which is crazy because that's an on-campus restaurant. In regards to the other 4, that came in at an astounding 89% average of people that did not know about that deal as well. With those survey results, we can do a clear conclusion about what our target market was. We found that we wanted to target the CSU Pueblo community as a whole, students and staff included. But we decided after further research that we could expand that to grow into the local community as a whole.
Yeah, we believe our product would not only reconnect the consumers to the local businesses, but provide a positive and strong relationship between the two of them in the future. With that being said, we ask ourselves the question, how do we make something that can solve that problem? And that is Connection. Connection is a mobile application, a one-stop shop that is free for the users and can be accessed online or on the app, where you can see all the daily deals and discounts. While we're still in the progress of developing our app, I have created a few visuals for you guys to all see so you can see what we think our product will look like in the future. Upon opening the app, you'll be taken to the home page, what we like to call the trending page, where you'll see a hotspot of the night along with all of the trending deals and discounts for the night. You will have access to your own profile, where you can click that button on the top right, and you'll have access to save that deal to your profile. You can review it later if you like it. If you're going to a place that night, you can click that like button, and the more likes a business has that night, the higher it'll go up on the trending list. What do we pride ourselves in, and what do we make this for? The students. We focus a lot on the student section. For example, Bingo Burger offers 15% off to all students in Pueblo. We will, I guess you guys can't see that, I'll move over here. It'll be able to show the CSU Pueblo students, PCC students, and high school students will all have access to that deal. Say there's a CSU Pueblo baseball game going on, it'll also show that CSU Pueblo students get free admittance, but it's not done yet. We also offer senior discounts, first responders, and we have a calendar if you have family coming to town and you want to see what deals are going to be coming up in the next week or so.
So can I get a show of hands from the crowd and you guys as well for who's used either Yelp, Google Maps, or TripAdvisor to find a business or restaurant overnight? Well, I'm in the same boat as you all. And all of these services show the businesses, they tell you information about them, and they might even highlight 1 or 2 discounts that are offered by them. But what makes Connection unique is the fact that we compile all of the local deals and discounts in the community, bring them to a single space for the user.
We believe we have a strong competitive advantage in this market because we don't see a lot of other apps or places where you can find all the deals in one spot. That brings us to the question, how are we going to make money in this whatsoever? We're going to offer a subscription service paid for by the local businesses. This will be $50 a month, and the business will have access to unlimited ad space through our app to advertise any day of the week, as long as they have a dealer discount that they can advertise.
Now the question is this model scalable?
Yes.
We expect this to be able to scale all across the nation because college communities face the same issue that we've been facing in our entire 4 years here. There are so many small businesses that offer tons of discounts and no easy way to access those. We have some visuals here for scalability. We base this on a 5-year outlook based on users and the customers that we have on board. looking here in year one, we'd see a 5,000 potential user base and 100 customers. And then after that, it'd be a slow gradual build throughout cities in Colorado based on a 10,000 users per city and 150 businesses per city estimation. By year 4, we expect to be in multiple states, and at that point, the numbers will jump up exponentially. Hopefully by year 5, reaching over 300,000 people, and for the business customers, over 4,500 businesses.
So let's talk some more financials. We just compiled the subscription fee along with the businesses we plan to bring on. And we just showed you a quick 5-year projection of what we plan to show. Out of the red within the first year, growing slow for the first year or two to get to other states. But once we go out of state, we plan to grow really exponentially from our model. So who are we? My name is Tilton Berriman. I'm a business major at CSU Pueblo with a minor in finance, economics, and marketing with business experience in website design along with sales.
And I'm John Franking. I'm also a business management major with a minor in marketing, and my relevant experience is project management internships along with sales.
And I know what you're thinking, Matt, what makes you guys different than 1,000 other graduates with business management degrees? Well, we've been here in Pueblo and we see that there's opportunity for a change, and we want to make that change today. Connection is the new way to reconnect the local business with the community.
So we're asking for $80,000 for 8% equity in our business to help pursue app development as well as future business expenses.
Thank you so much for your time, guys.
I'll open the floor for any questions.
I think great job, great confidence. Love it, guys. You obviously know what you're talking about. Connection. Is that name available with the K?
Yeah, it is. There's like a connection band on Facebook. And
we purchased the domain as well.
We do have a domain, and we are in the process of trademarking and patenting.
Awesome. And you envision like mattress companies on here outside of restaurants where they can get deals on certain things, or just restaurant focused?
Do you have a student discount for mattresses?
Absolutely.
Then it will be on our app.
Basically, any local business in there that wants to offer some sort of discount to the community or students, we would love to have them on the app.
Awesome. So the obvious question is, where is this evaluation coming from?
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
a pretty big evaluation.
it is a huge
That's a lot of
evaluation.
money you're asking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, John and I are both college students, and we really don't have a ton of money to throw at this. The reason we are asking for that is just because app development, while if we got it developed just for Colorado, it wouldn't be able to scale that much. It'd be relatively cheap. But we plan to scale outside of Colorado, and the cost of app development is just really high.
And then based on our potential financial projections, by year 5, we expect to be well over $1 million in revenue. And personally, we see that as a very conservative estimation of growth, just based on 5,000 and probably on 10,000 per city. It could easily organically grow to much more than that, just depending on marketing and everything else.
Yeah, let alone there's 5,000 college students, and that's just one college. So we plan to
So a couple of questions. You said, I know app development is really expensive.
Yeah.
Who maintains all the new deals? So I'm a restaurant, I have a new deal. Do I contact you? How does my deal get put on the, and if I change that deal, can I take it off and have a different deal? How soon can you change things on that?
Yeah, so just like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with DoorDash, there's a Dasher app where if you're delivering the food, you can go into your app and change that. We want to develop it to where we can have 2 apps, in a sense, to where there would be a business that would have access to all of their deals that are being shown. Like I said, we only want to advertise if they're offering a deal or discount, not like a everyday thing that restaurants advertise. So obviously we'd have to have some monitoring in that sense, but we think we could have a hub just for the businesses that they could change that in there.
And then how many people are involved in the company now? Just you guys?
Just us, yeah.
So for scalability to reach those valuations, you have to hire more people to get to those numbers. And
we've factored in around $200,000 in employee pay, subtracting from those valuations every year as well, as we increase as well.
So guys, love the idea, but so in your business plan, what is your potential profit versus overhead that you have an idea?
Yeah, so I mean, really the big entrance or barrier to entry is the first app. And once you develop it, we'll just have to obviously have a salary for someone who can maintain that app and run all the backend and API through there. From our standpoint, we really see implementing maybe 1 or 2 people per location to manage the businesses and keep in touch with them personally. So it's not all over the phone and virtual. We don't see too much
of an overhead in general after we get started.
First of all, awesome, great job. I mean, I'm getting texts from my daughters who are in the audience going, best presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is saying they know what they're doing.
Appreciate that.
I think you're jumping the gun a little bit at the 80,000, saying you're asking us to buy in at your valuation a year from now.
Exactly.
You know, and I like that, but we're not a year from now, we're today. And you need people today. The Alumni Association at CSU Pueblo has tried to do this. And it's people, they've had the little cards, like when you show your card, nobody knows what, and I agree with that. Nobody, I'm a professor at the university. I have no idea where my discount gets me or anything like that. You guys are onto something. And the challenge is going to be is that, are you going to stick with it? Because you guys will graduate and go on to great jobs. And then we're back here going 4 years from now, man, that's a great idea. So you're asking us to take a significant risk. You're going to be here while at the same time you're like, hey, go do your career, go do great stuff. So when you're asking for 10% at 80,000, all of us are scared off. Wait, that's understandable. You had to know that was too much.
Yeah.
Right now. So, but I love the idea, and so you know, I'll throw the offer out there because that's kind of checks are the easiest part of my life, right? Check, that's the easy part. I'll give you 10 grand. But I'm going to want at least 20% to be involved in this process, and even that scares that off. Okay. So 10 grand at 20%, because I don't know where this will be in 3 years. But if you guys can even just do, CSU Pueblo say it's 5,000. Let's be honest, it's not 3. I mean, you're going to start small and learn your hiccups along the way and grow. And I didn't know that. I mean, I'm a professor. It was my best friend. I don't have a discount. I mean, as we learn, wow, $50 a month is not. $50 a month is for a professional as a business owner is nothing. I'll pay that, but you've got a long way to go. And so I would just be cautious with your evaluation. In all honesty, it drives me crazy saying you want that because nobody wants that. He's got, you need market. You need, his wife loves him, my kids love him, my wife loves him. You need market, someone who's going to blow this up big time. Checks are the easy part. Just be cautious taking my deal. But at the same time, you're on to something. You're just not there yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, another problem as a business owner, you know, there's so many social network marketing companies out there. You know, you get bombarded with them. You know, I get 20, 30 emails a day. You know, and it's like you don't know which one to go with. It's a rough world out there. You know, Matt could probably touch on it a little bit more. From a business standpoint, with multiple businesses, you know, I look at it from, you know, if each one of you guys came to me and sold that, I would be all over it, right? Yeah. Versus Googling it, and we're seeing it on the newspaper, in the news. You know, that takes a lot of time. After, you know, like Chris was saying, you know, you guys really in it for the long haul. You don't need to put an evaluation on that. You guys have no idea what you're looking at.
Yeah.
You just assume things.
Yeah.
You know, assumptions, you know, what happens with that, right? So I will just tell you that, you know, it is going to be a tough market, but I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm not.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think you should take Chris's offer, but I'm going to say, you know, from a wake up marketing standpoint, have you guys talked to business owners?
We have, yeah, done about 50 cold calls, and they all expressed interest. That's where we got our $50 per month estimate, just based on what they would be willing to pay.
Okay. So, I mean, my advice is go get business owners, go close the deals as we did here at Wake Up, get the business owners involved, create the app. The app you can start with for $1,000, $500 probably to create this app, then sell more ads, then proof concept, then continue on that journey. So you can start this at a heck of a lot lower valuation on your app. You would perk all of our interest if you said you had 500 people that are giving you X amount of dollars, and now you're asking for this evaluation because your curve is going this way. You don't have any of that. You have an idea that I have no idea what your competition is. I have no idea what's going on out there, but you've got to go get involved, and you got to pound the pavement. You guys got to be the greediest people out there. When you do that, and those people are giving you their money, and that's how Wake Up was built. We went out asking for money, and then we figured out how to do it. You know, the answer is yes. The question is how. Go out there and just make the ask and start signing contracts and start getting people involved. And then the other side of it, I think, is you should charge more than $50 to get on the front page of that app. You should charge more than $50 to get to different levels of that. There's got to be a scalable model to get to the front pages and that after you get these people out there, or if they want to get on your Facebook or your Instagram, because that's where these people are going to go with these cool ads of me drinking my cool cider at the speakeasy at Wake Up Pueblo downstairs. You want to get to the top of that page so then they see that before they're not just scrolling. So charge more for that. But that's my opinion from the outside looking in. You guys have a great start, but you need to go pound the pavement before you can have this conversation a long time with the right investors.
Awesome. Thank you.
And so Matt is kind of scared. Do you guys have any contracts?
No, not currently.
That's scary. I mean, nobody at all involved with this at all, so I'm gonna keep my offer on the table at 10, but I'm gonna want to be an equal partner. I'm gonna want 50%. Because I think you guys need so much more than just a great presentation. Yeah. You need someone who's gonna be out there calling people and knocking on doors. When I call people, yeah, most of the time they're scared. And so that's why they answer, but at the same time.
Students will be your first contract. I'll be on that page. That first half.
Thank you.
The presentation was amazing. I'm a salesperson myself. I thought you guys killed it.
Thank
it
you.
was confident. You're smiling the whole time, eye contact. You looked very, very natural, which you could tell you're enjoying what you're doing, which is what I love about sales, is just being real with people and enjoying the time that you have with them. I think that's absolutely right. Go out and ask for the contracts first. You know, you have a lot of business owners. I'm a real estate professional. Not a discount I could really give them, but I could give you definitely marketing advice, sales advice. I'm very good at that. And I do have a lot of connections. So if you need my help, I'd be willing to give you just some names and people that I know that could help grow your business.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think that does it. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah. There actually was something.
Good job. Bye-bye.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, super good presentation. Thank you so much for finding it this way for us publics to find deals. We have a few more sponsors to go over. First, SoCo would like to thank Jake Jabs and American Furniture Warehouse for another year of support towards this event. Whether you're looking for traditional, contemporary, or modern designs, today's American Furniture Warehouse is the best place for affordable furniture that fits your lifestyle. Thank you, American Furniture Warehouse, for your continued support. Another multi-year supporter of our competition is Russell DeSalvo and Pueblo Plex.
Pueblo-Pex is centrally located and globally positioned to help propel Pueblo's economic development to the next level. Pueblo-Pex believes that together we can make a vibrant, thriving economic engine that benefits company and community. In everything they do, it shows how American ingenuity is alive and well. For all your redevelopment authority for all your redevelopment, storage, and business space needs, think Pueblo-Plex. Pueblo-Plex is the local redevelopment authority for the Pueblo Chemical Depot. They are diligently working to repurpose the massive property into thousands of local jobs for our community over the next 50 to 100 years. Thank you to Pueblo-Plex. Thank you. A continuing sponsor of the competition this year is U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank has sponsored the Pueblo Economic Forum along with the Hassan School of Business for several years. With 11 different branches and ATMs in this Pueblo area, U.S. Bank is creating the future now. We are profoundly grateful for the broad support of that of Crystal Ferris Coble and the U.S. and what U.S. Bank provides through a number of CSU Pueblo activities. At the end, we're going to be doing our 50-50 raffle, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well.
Everyone, so that actually concludes the presentations for tonight. So if we could give another round of applause for the 2022 SoCo Entrepreneurship Competition. Quick 10-minute intermission, and when we come back, we'll award the prizes to the contestants. And while we're heading out, we would also like to thank Pedco for their sponsorship for tonight's event. Pedco helps recruit businesses and brings them to our community here in Pueblo and has been a multi-year sponsor for the Southern Colorado Entrepreneurship Competition. Thank you. You also have 3 minutes to buy tickets for your favorite competitor before we count and decide who wins.
Yes.
so much. I won't take a whole lot of time thanking everybody, but my Healy Fellows, you were introduced earlier. We couldn't do any of this without you guys. We've been planning this for more than 6 months, getting sponsors, trying to find contestants, lining up the judges. There's been an awful lot of moving parts. We have meetings 7 a.m. every Monday. Guess what? You guys get a day off. We will have some stuff coming up Friday. I'll contact you guys. Yeah, we're doing other projects. A special thanks to Kurt. Kurt, you've been an absolute trooper. He does this for $0. He should be on the payroll for everything we do. We don't have enough money to pay him, but he keeps coming back anyway. so Kurt, thank you. So thank you. And and one last round for our sharks. So we're going to go right into prizes and awards. So first, the winner of the audience favorite is Tilden and John. Come up, I've got some cash for you. There's only 2 people who actually get cash tonight. The others will have to wait for at least a month for us to write the checks and everything. Make sure you get your social security numbers. Thank you, gentlemen. Great job. Crystal, can you pull the number up? Okay, the number is 433688. 433688. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. What? Do I have to like grab it? I have to see it. Okay, as long as I know what's in there. Nobody else jumped up, so okay. Okay. So yeah, probably with all those tickets, you probably didn't replenish your account entirely, but it's a start. Okay, so let's start with the award checks. So presenting a $250 check is going to be John Volk, a local successful entrepreneur. So if you would read the name and present it to. It is for Lane Maxwell.
So I'm gonna match that. I'm gonna put you an extra 250 on top of that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. We won't make you walk all the way down. We'll get pictures afterwards of all the winners. If you want to check, please stay, and we will get pictures of all of the winners with the checks and venture capitals. So awarding a check for $500 will be Chris Turner. We'll get a picture of that. You got it? How about one more pose? Yep. Oh. Check. I don't think that Crystal will cash that one. And receiving $1,000 in legal fees and $100 cash is going to be awarded by Josh.
this one is going to Phil.
And awarding a check for $1,000 cash is going to be Crystal Ferris Coble representing US Bank. And also presenting a check for $2,000 is Crystal Ferris Coble. It would have been awarded by Keller Williams. Jamie Baker Orr would have awarded this, but Crystal is standing in for that.
All right, so this one is due the word of Fernando Cabrera.
Les Smith is going to award the largest prize of the evening. It's $3,000. Make it ring.
Seth Castle, come on!
Okay. Again, thank you. I'm sorry. It was a good chat. Thank you again to all our venture capitalists, Healy Fellows, and especially to you, our audience. This wouldn't have been as much fun if there weren't people to present to and to hear those ideas. Please drive carefully going home or walk, or if you had too much cider, call. Right? So again, thank you. And with all of the winners, please stay. We'll get pictures of you with checks and the venture capitalists. Have a great evening. Thank you, everybody.